Hello guys, we are from group 2 are gonna make a presentation about the well-known Disney company. Our group have 6 members. They are me, myself, Arkan, and then Sheila, Denisha, Ara, Andi, and Dewi. And this is our works division. Uh, there are 3 parts of our presentation. First is introduction, the second one is scenario analysis, and the last one is the recommendation analysis. Okay, first I want to explain about the Disney's company profile. Disney was originally founded on October 16, 1923 by brothers Walt and Roy O. Disney as the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio. It also operated under the names the Walt Disney Studio and Walt Disney Productions before officially changing its name to the Walt Disney Company in 1986. The company established itself as a leader in the American animation industry before diversifying into live action film production, television, and theme parks.
Moving on to the problem, we have identified the situation, complication, and question. The situation in the Walt Disney Company currently is that they have a wide variety of business mix, ranging from movies, television networks, theme parks, merchandise, and many more. With all this business in their hand, they want to achieve a 20% growth rate annually. For the goal to be achieved, there is sure to be a complication. Currently, Disney has an unstable leadership at the hands of Michael Eisner, who promised to have a 20% growth rate, only to have their return on equity dropping after his decision to merge with ABC. Additionally, Disney is facing an ever-increasing competition across all of its business. The question is, can Disney still achieve the 20% growth rate despite the competition? And can they have a coherent strategy for their business mix? To answer this question, we have conducted a scenario analysis that will help in deciding the recommended strategy Disney should consider.
So as we have stated the problem before, it is better to analyze the uncertainty Disney may experience in the coming years. So the best approach for thinking about uncertainty is scenario-based forecasting. In scenario planning, there are 5 stages, which this presentation will cover every stage. And from this slide, we will begin our first and second stage, which is identifying key inputs along with their impact and uncertainty. We also completed with its alternative paths, so we can see the details of their behavior patterns. And as we have gathered the information, we have listed 25 key inputs that are involved in this case. So to look at the inputs, you can see the list from this and the following slides. Next. This is the second page of the slide. Next. This is the third page of the list. Next. And this is the last part of the list.
Okay, from stage 1 and 2, we discovered several external key inputs that affect Disney. It is apparent that Disney has acquired a variety of companies and dipped its toes to a few industries. This results in a lot of business partners that Disney has to cooperate with. Another big consideration is the customer's demand regarding Disney's vast range of entertainment products from movies to resorts. The identified stakeholders in Disney's businesses are customers, audience, partners, distributors, and suppliers. They are the key to Disney's revenue stream. Next.
So after we identify the variables that could give an impact and influence to the Disney company, we then analyze the variables according to uncertainty and impact and its alternative development path for each of the variables. Here we develop the impact uncertainty matrix that creates from all of the list inputs from the variables that have been analyzed before. And as you can see from the table, we will focus on the variables that have the highest degree of future uncertainty and also the greatest impact on Disney company. There are 13 in total, which are market demand for build a new Disney theme park, government permission to build a new Disney theme park, society's responses, force majeure, technological advance, legal factors regarding the movie release, disposable income, society's value and culture clash, market demand regarding the specific product for merchandising, raw material scarcity to create Disney products, export and import issues, business partners and performance, development of e-commerce technology, and last but not least, economic recession. Next. And so after we develop the impact uncertainty matrix, we move on to the stage 3, which is to select the 3 or 4 most informative scenarios. Here, we select 3 of the most informative scenario, which is regarding the theme park, movies and TV shows, and merchandise. The first selected informative scenario that I would like to explain is regarding the theme park. Disney's theme park is one of the highest revenue gained by Disney, which is very significant to Disney profit and success. The key input in theme park are a market demand for build a new Disney theme park, government permission to build a new theme park, society response, force majeure, technological advance, disposable income, society's value and culture clash, and business partner performance. And the chosen key input that will be developed into an initial scenario matrix are market demand for build a new Disney theme park and government permission to build a new theme park, which as you can see from here, it consists of Path 1 and Path 2 alternative or market demand for building theme park and government permission. For instance, in here, for the Path 1 market demand and government permissions are Disney able to fulfill the market demand and Disney able to build a new theme park. And for the Path 2 of market demand and Path 1 of government permissions are Disney unable to fulfill market demand and Disney able to build a new theme park, and so on. Next.
So the next one is the main contributor to the Disney success is the film and the TV show of Disney. So Disney has been one of the most famous studio for producing film about fantasy since it's been founded. It has dominated the box office both domestically and worldwide. Recently, they become top earning studio because of the popularity of the recent film. For example, Frozen 2 and the live-action movie adaptation of Aladdin. Walt Disney Corporation has long benefited from reputation for producing wholesome popular culture, attracts more than its share of effort to link it to various social problems. In particular, conservative moralists argue that Disney, in fact, produced morally questionable product. Progressive critics claim that Disney's message helped preserve social inequities. So the key input that is included in the Disney film shown here in the list. So from the scenario matrix, we choose 2 of the high impact, high uncertainty variable that are connected with the Disney film. The one that we choose is the society's value and culture class and society's response. From here, we will develop a scenario based on the movie and the TV show. Okay, so the last one, the last major variable of that contribute on the Disney is the merchandise, the sales of the merchandise of Disney. So merchandise is one of the income source of Disney, whether it's costume, clothes, toys, collectibles, or decoration. Disney consumer product has repeated as the top licensor in the world in 2018 in retail sales of licensed merchandise worldwide. This is according to an annual ranking by Licensed Global Magazine. So here are the list of the key input in the Disney merchandise. As you can see here, we choose the key input that we choose to develop into a scenario is the market demand regarding specific product for merchandising and Disney e-commerce and the development of e-commerce technology.
With the key inputs and the path chosen in stage 3, we have made several scenarios. First of all is the scenario 1. Come along for an amazing ride. This scenario mainly focuses on the theme park and merchandise being the biggest revenue stream on Disney. In this scenario, fans of Disney will continuously rise as time goes, making the demands for both merchandise and theme park to increase rapidly. The increase on demands due to the fans' excitement of the merchandises and theme parks are making Disney contemplate on increasing their theme parks and merchandise production. Disney was even given permission by the government to build another theme park, making the demand and supply of theme parks stable again. Along with that, the development of e-commerce has started and now fans can buy merchandise whenever and wherever. Due to the high demand and due to the high purchase and visitors for the park and merchandise, Disney revenue has steadily increased. Next.
So the second scenario is what we call the golden age of Disney 2.0. So why is it called so? As you can see, the complete description from the slide, it highlights about there are more people are enjoying what Disney has been creating through movies and TV shows. And this indicates that many people have put a lot of interest in Disney. Moreover, Disney is also keeping up with the technological advancement, creating a better quality of their movies and TV shows. And by getting more attention from society, the demand for Disney's films are rising. Next.
Last but not least is the third scenario called demand apocalypse. This is where the world is in an economic recession and it leads to a couple of inevitable events. The first is that the customers will not have enough disposable income and therefore will not be able to afford any Disney products. Without any customers, Disney will not be able to cover the cost of operating theme parks, producing movies and TV shows, and manufacturing the merchandise. They will need to find a way to keep their business afloat while the demand apocalypse happens. Next.
In conclusion, we have chosen scenario number 2, which focuses on the production of films and TV shows. By making a financial model of the scenario, we know that this scenario has fulfilled the goal of achieving 20% growth rate annually. Compared to scenario 1 and 3, which gained $65 million and $38 million consecutively at the end of the period, scenario 2 has managed to achieve $120 million in revenue at the end of the period. This scenario, although fulfilling, also comes with pros and cons, where the pros are having more revenue from the TV shows and films, and Disney's fans supporting the films, and they do not need to spend $600 million to build another theme park. There's also the cons, which is that the theme parks and merchandise are given less attention, and they also have an increase of cost for producing the TV shows and films. Next.
From the chosen scenario, the business model canvas is more focused towards the movie and TV industry. As you can see on the key partners, key activities, and key resources, most are geared towards creating studio entertainment and network television. The values are still the same as always, while putting emphasis on the Walt Disney Company being the world's leading movie producers, give high quality and creative entertainment. For the TV shows, the channels are already owned by Disney along with subsidiaries and affiliates. For movie theaters, they will help distribute the movies around the world for audiences to see. Cost structure and revenue stream will be directed towards creating the best movie and TV show for the audiences and generate high profits. Next.
So the next are is the trigger events of golden age of Disney 2.0. So after we analyzed the scenario, so we found that the trigger of the golden age of Disney 2.0 are if the significant demand increase in Disney film and product, and Disney popularity skyrocket, and also and technological advancement on the film production. That are the main factor that could cause the golden age of Disney 2.0.
So after we analyze the trigger events of the chosen scenario, which is the golden age of Disney 2.0, we set specific strategy inputs that can be controlled by the Disney company. There are four in total, such as first, film and TV shows budgeting. It is the cost needed to produce a single film and TV show productions, including creative talent, direct production costs, post-productions, and others such as insurance. Second is the movie distribution cost and TV show license fees. It is a distribution cost to make a movie and or a TV shows available for viewing by an audience. Third is promotion and marketing sales. And lastly, copyright expenses, which is the cost needed to register and protect a single film and or a TV show. Next.
So continuing from the strategic inputs we have determined in the previous slide, we also create a timeline table for each input. You can see that the number keeps rising over the years, and this implies that Disney keeps improving their products in films, which will require a lot of money in the years ahead. Next.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the FMEA, about the Disney case. The first is process step. The Disney achieved the 20% growth. To achieve this, the requirement, first I'm gonna talk about the demand keep rising as many fans are expecting big things. The potential failure is demand for Disney production is falling, and there's a potential effects. It's nobody watch movies from Disney again, and then there are a number of severity. I give it 10 because it's so troublesome for Disney if nobody watch movies from Disney again. And then there's potential cost. It is the lack of marketing. Then there's the number of occurrence. Is it much happening for Disney? The lack of marketing. I give it number one because it's not gonna be happen for Disney. And then there's current controls. Make marketing division to run down marketing history. And then there's number of detection, it's 2, and the risk priority number is 20. And then the second one, I'm going to talk about the second requirement. It is gain the biggest revenue than other scenarios. The potential failure is have the lowest revenue than other scenarios. The potential effects is cannot reach the 20% growth rate, and the severity is the same, it's 10. Then potential cost, it's bad quality production. The number of occurrence is 3. The current controls is give trailer or announcement before releasing movie, merch, etc. Then the number of detection is 3, and the rate priority number is 90. And that's all today from us. Thank you for your attention.